This recipe is the single best way to get a juicy, delicious turkey this Thanksgiving, and it really could not be easier. It is definitely one of Genius Recipes' greatest hits of all time. So back in 2011, right after Genius Recipes had first launched, my bosses Amanda and Meryl came to me and said, Kristen, we're going to need a Genius turkey. I took my assignment seriously, I started researching, and I started noticing a pattern, which is that Russ Parsons had written about the same basic technique at the LA Times for 5 years in a row. Writing about the same thing multiple years in a row just is kind of unheard of in food media. You're always looking for the next big thing. The technique is dry brining, although at the time they weren't calling it dry brining. Basically, it's just salting something a little bit a few days ahead and letting it hang out. This is a perfect time to call Russ so he can tell you a little bit more about this bird.
I've been a real advocate of brining, of wet, what people now call wet brining. You make a saltwater solution and soak the bird in it. But after 4 or 5 years of it, I realized, it's a lot of hassle. It takes up a huge amount of space in your refrigerator, and I wasn't thrilled with the results. It's like the texture of the meat is a little spongy. It's kind of soft. It's not like a good roast chicken. And I thought about my old friend Judy Rogers' roast chicken at Zuni Cafe in San Francisco, which is like one of the iconic dishes of the last 50 years. And so I called her and said, hey Judy, have you ever tried salting the turkey the way that you salt the chicken? And she said, no. Why don't you try it and let me know how it works?
Well, and obviously the proof's in the pudding here. Like, your readers loved it for years and continue to. Food 52's readers have loved it since 2011 also.
Yes.
And it just, its life is just gonna keep going, and you're gonna keep saving people's butts on Thanksgiving. Thank you so much, Russ, and we'll talk to you later.
Have fun.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye. So the basic version of this recipe just involves salt going on turkey, and it will be delicious, but you can also play around with it. You can add other seasonings in with the salt that will get all the way deep into the meat instead of just sitting on the surface. So today we're gonna do rosemary and lemon zest, a very classic combo. So when you salt something a few days ahead, it's going to first draw out the moisture. And then if you leave it long enough, the moisture will then be drawn back in through osmosis. And basically, it brings its moisture back in, and as it's doing that, the muscle proteins are kind of realigning and making it so that it will hold onto the juice tighter when it's cooking. You end up getting meat that is salted all the way through and seasoned really nicely, instead of the typical kind of bland turkey that we're all fine with. It shows up every Thanksgiving. We put a bunch of gravy on it and it's fine. But this is actually good turkey. Okay, check out this giant bag. This is a proper turkey brining bag, which you can order online or find at kitchen stores. If you absolutely can't find one of those, I've done this before where I've just wrapped it in a few layers of plastic wrap, and that has contained the juices pretty well. Uh-oh. It's our sealer. I think it might seal without it. We don't sell this bag. Someone else sells this bag. Okay, so this is just gonna hang out in the fridge for ideally 3 days, or 2 days if you have it. And juices will come out, and that's okay. They will be pulled back in. Give it a little massage every couple days if you think about it, to help move the salt around, but otherwise it's just gonna kind of hang out and wait for you to be ready. So this is the one that's been dry brining for a few days, and we also took it out of the bag, patted it dry, and let it sit in the fridge uncovered for 8 hours-ish overnight, it makes it extra crispy and absorbs flavors better in the oven. If you don't have time to do it, it'll still be a better turkey than you would have been able to have without dry brining, but this step is pretty worth it. So I'm gonna put this in the oven at 425. In about 30 minutes, we'll turn the temperature down to 350 Fahrenheit, and I'll also flip it back to breast side up. Ooh, okay, as a reminder, you do not have to do this. You can start with it breast up. I'm just showing you how if you want to. Woo. So these lines, they'll pop back out. This will get nice and browned back in there. Wasn't so bad. Our turkey is done roasting, and I have someone here who I think you would much rather watch carve a turkey than me.
Oh, see that big chicken. Wow. And you did a good job, beautiful juice here. Look at that. Look at the crystallization of the...
All right, well, we won't lose that for sure.
No, this is the best. I would probably remove right in my family, we all love the breast. So you know what you do, cut the skin here, you break at the joint, you see, and that indicates also that it's cooked, and it comes here. So I have the whole breast. I will separate the thigh and the wishbone. Now here, usually, I would just break this off because this is for my wife. This is the part she likes the best.
That's the part my grandmother likes the best too.
Yeah. You know, I'll cut now straight this way and start cutting down pieces here. That's nice and moist. I like to cut halfway through and leave the rest on it. I will arrange the breast. Yeah, it's nice and moist, you know.
Oh, good.
Yes.
I think that dry brining really helps out.
You did a great job there. Okay, so you can invite me anytime you want for.
Oh, good. That's the insurance policy. If you overcook it, it'll stay nice and moist.
Yeah, no, but it's not overcooked here. It's nicely cooked. It's very moist too.
What's your favorite, the dark meat?
Oh yeah, no question about it.
Ooh. Wow, so you don't even need to make a gravy. That's just...
No,
that's
I
just
mean, I
juices.
love the natural gravy.
All right.
You know? And then maybe a part like this. I don't know. Yeah, you bring that with your mashed potato.
Wow. Is this what I think it is?
No, I
No?
don't think so. No, this is part of the leg. You saw it was the oyster, right?
I did.
But it's really good. The meat of the bone is just right.
It might as well be the oyster.
Good job.
Thank you. I mean, wow. Thank you so much. You win.
Okay.
Are you going to tell us what you wish for?
Oh, for another glass of wine, of course.
All right. For more genius recipes every week, be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel, and maybe Jacques Pepin will stop by again. You never know. I'll see you next week. I was going to call you back to ask for some carving tips, but then Jacques Pepin was here for another episode and he just carved the whole turkey for us.
So you think Jacques Pepin is a better turkey carver than I am?
You weren't here, Russ.